YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Warhammer on the Vampire Counts campaign. I need to adjust my microphone a little bit here. Hopefully that's better. I was actually really excited to bring you more online battles, but I've played like 5 or 6 tonight, and all of them have been a complete crapshoot, really, for the most part. I mean, I had some fun playing them, but 3 out of the 5 were vampire cheese, and the cheese is getting real. Like, just a few zombies, like 8 crypt horrors, and then you see 2 vampires on Hellsteeds that basically act like Lord sniping meat shields, and then you have von Karstein in the back who can continue to do what he does. It's very, very cheesy, and that's a lot of what you're seeing for people who are just really looking to climb the ladder. We actually got a bunch of kills here, and it says that I can raise the dead. Really? Well, there's nothing good here. I mean, why would you tell me I could raise the dead, then it's garbage? So anyway, we had that big victory over Chaos, and it's just really, really junk. So yeah, it's not going to do me a lot of good. We managed to beat back those armies though last time, and now we just have to free up Essen, and I'm about to be able to put down this little vampire rebellion back here too with Kemmler's newly trained army. Speaking of vampire cheese, he's got some going on here. But not the exact type of cheese that you see in online play, of course. It's probably time for me to end a turn here. I do have quite a bit of money, but I want to save a little bit just in case I need it. Yeah, I am honestly, like, I like the online battles in this game. I think that Warhammer, sorry, I'm messing with the microphone again. I'm trying to get this thing positioned right. Warhammer actually has quite a bit of potential for decent online play, in the fact that the 4 factions are very asymmetric to each other. Like, they're not very similar at all. They all play quite differently. But you've got one of the problems for me is that every battle is just who can bring the biggest cheese to kill the enemy lord, and that's really what the battles turn into, unfortunately. And it just takes away a whole lot of the fun that could be in the game if you were actually fighting and using some strategies rather than, alright, whoever can cheese out the enemy lord first is going to gain the upper hand in the battle, which, like I said, is really, really quite unfortunate. So we managed to keep Wolfenburg. I've got defenses on the way to help protect it. I want to get rid of this Varg stack up here, but chances are they are going to ignore me. So how come I'm not getting... There we go. I want to move up, and I'm going to just kind of keep laying an ambush with von Karstein. I don't know how you ambush off of a giant zombie dragon, but apparently you can. Just so you all know. We do need to break off this vampiric rebel stack that's here. They've got, you know, a few decent units, but nothing special. Let's come in here and mop them up, and we'll have a little fun with Kemmler. We got a wannabe von Karstein on the other side of us here who looks kind of like Palpatine in vampire count form, except that he's on a side called Rebels. If he was Palpatine, that's really gotta irk him. Check out this nice, like, vampire shrine going on out here. That's very, very beautiful. I'm gonna actually take all my barding, like knights with barding down this flank. I've got my guys here. Let's just kind of pile up the infantry here. Kemmler, Cryptors. Just go ahead and start the battle. I'm gonna just move up all my guys relatively quick. Let's see, probably want to... I've got reinforcements coming in as well. What do we got with him? We got Gaze of Nagesh. It's just a little magic missile spell. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot. And then we've got this Invocation to Heck, which is going to replenish damaged units. I've got my Cryptors up front. I'm going to back them up with Graveguard great weapons, but I want the Cryptors to kind of tank out the initial damage. And then let's see, we've got reinforcements over here. All this stuff, go ahead and come on up. Okay, do I need to wait to start this fight? No, not really. Let's just go ahead and move up. I don't feel like waiting around for reinforcements at this point. Their bats and direwolves decided that really wasn't the way that they wanted to. Well, they can't die because they're undead, but that really wasn't the way that they wanted to re-die, if you want to say it that way. Let's see if we can missile cheese their wizard a little bit. Gosh dang it, I have a hard time selecting units sometimes in this game. Charge those skeletons, move on around, get Kimmler over here. Let's just send my Vargeist in to kill their wizard. They're going to tie me down with a couple of direwolves right here. I'm going to swing around, get some work done. Let's bring our Black Knights into this blob. My Vargeist are going to wreck their wizards, and we should be able to get a nice rear charge in there. Got more cavalry. Let's just kind of throw it in as frontline reinforcements here to pour on the heat. Graveguard, great weapons, made short work of these guys. I got the guys with lances, so the enemy wizard got chewed up by Vargeist.
Atrophy and quiet, Skullstar. I know what I do.
Okay, let's bring in some rear charges here. I'm going to go ahead and hit those crypt horrors that we're pulling out. Yeah, their wizard is about to kick the bucket. Let's just kind of take a look at the vampire on vampire action that's going on here. Fell bats coming in like they're going to do anything. Looks like I've basically just got everybody piled up here. Lots of Black Knights. These guys with the lances looking really cool here too. The crypt horrors are going to be the only thing that are going to hold out very long in this fight. Wow, the stupid zoom out is so crapped up sometimes. Okay, yeah, we got him. We got him. Not a big deal there. Whew. Easily decisive victory. We took very few losses there and absolutely crunched our enemies. So we put down the rebellion at the moot. Now, with it rebelling for all those turns, how is the public order here minus 83 still? I mean, shouldn't that have cleared out the public order? That is really quite frustrating. So we got Ever Stupid over here, who's also trying to get a hold of my guys. I'm going to move over and chase him off. The moot is going to have to... Let's just see what we got. We got this gibbet. We can move it up to the gallows. That'll help a little bit. There's not a whole lot else I can do here, though, in terms of helping with public order. Unlocks crypt ghouls and then crypt horrors and skeletons, graveguard, but you gotta have a lot of other buildings for that. I mean, none of these buildings are really very useful. Vampires running low. Well, I mean, let's build this. It'll spread vampiric corruption, and if nothing else, that'll help out slightly. Okay. I think we are good to end this turn. Still mostly just saving money. We got Sextus the Vampire here. And it looks like I had been trying to make him into a better melee hero, but he's also got a decent number of spells going on. Though I don't really like Lore of the Vampires. It's pretty crappy, to be honest. It's really crappy. Ambush success chance. Wow, that'd be kind of cool. Let's work on that, and then we can keep him in Von Karstein's army. And then Kimmler, let's turn up his ambush cunning as well, or ancient cunning, whatever the heck that was. I didn't even look to see what else is available with him. Probably should have, but yeah. Here we are. Okay, what do we got? The Varg are, of course, running off. Manfred was spotted. Hostile hero damaged a building in Wolfenburg, which was my main chain building. Where are my banshees at? Are they both dead or wounded? So one of my well, here's one of my banshees. Let's bring that banshee back this direction. We've chased off Varg at this point, so I'm going to double back to Essen and give them some relief. And then with Himmler, we're going to put the hurt on Everchosen, who is the Ever Coward. He's going to run away from me. They've got a melee specialist and Everchosen. What do they got here? Wow. Silver Chevron, Chosen with halberds, Chosen double bronze. They've got a lot of chevronage going on these armies. But I feel like, again, we're going to be in pretty decent shape here, and we're just going to go for it. The Graveguard with great weapons will do fairly well against the Chaos units because they rely on heavy armor. They'll do about as good as any unit can, but we also have a considerable amount of cavalry here to work with, and that was the idea. I was getting sick of my infantry just kind of getting beaten by Chaos and not having enough cavalry to feel like I was being effective, so basically in this army, still have the Vargeist for quick action behind enemy lines, but definitely got the ability to tank out some damage with the Cryptors and some of the other stuff here too. I like this thing sometimes because I like to be able to see it, but at the same time, like, it gets in the way. I can't really tell how I feel. And this thing that pops up when I hit the spacebar, I'm not sure I like that either, like, because it's a big old thing over there. But I have to push the spacebar to be able to see the unit health and stuff. But I mean, maybe there's an option for that. Let's go into the game settings real quick. Marker scale, unit tooltip, default, group select, projectile, alliance coloring. I mean, that just makes the markers bigger, I mean, which I guess helps a little, doesn't help a lot. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping there was a thing that disables that little menu from popping up when I hit spacebar, because I like to see spacebar to see my moves, and I don't want all that other crap popping up, and it also helps me see unit type and health. So that's why you see it on the screen a lot, and I apologize, but I mean, I kind of hit it from time to time just to kind of remind myself where stuff's at, and there's not much I'm going to be able to do about that unless you all can tell me how that gets changed. Maybe you just can't do it from in a game. Okay, got my Cryptors leading the way. My cavalry is going to match up extremely favorable versus theirs. Yeah, I can't say that Himmler is really that threatening because the lure of vampires is, in my opinion, probably one of the most underwhelming magic lures. I'll bring Himmler over here and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Chaos is just going to stand up there on their ground. What are these guys? Chaos warriors with halberds. They're going to be annoying to take out, especially if they're braced. If they're not braced, we can handle them. Let's send one Chaos, or one Graveguard with great weapons down here to help deal with them. I'm going to fast forward and get those guys into position. I do have silver chevrons on my Graveguard with great weapons. Okay, let's go ahead and hit play. Move my main group forward. And I'm going to go ahead and attack these Chaos Warriors with halberds. Move my cavalry forward. I need to keep my Cryptors pretty well supported. Those stupid Marauders are going to run away from me. I'm going to see if we can pop them with some magic missiles just for fun here. I don't even know if I have line of sight, because I think you kind of have to have line of sight here. Let's see. No, we hit them. It just didn't do much. Okay, I'm going to follow up there. These dire wolves came in and attacked me from behind or something. Not real concerned with that. Okay, let's see. Cryptors get into Archaon. Keep my Graveguard in reserve. Cryptors, let's get in here and start jacking people up. Okay, these stupid Marauder Horsemen out here attacked me. That's not a big concern of mine. Let's get our Vargeist ready for a rear charge. Okay, all these Chaos guys out here are getting jacked up. A little bit concerned. Don't want to really be around those idiots with great weapons. Okay, let's keep moving these guys around the flank. Go ahead and reinforce that fight to help my Cryptors. Get in there against the guys with halberds. Rear charge. Rear charge. Really stupid direwolves. Those guys are routing. Let's get away from that. You attack them. We're going to get into the back of this fight over here. And we can go ahead and get more Graveguard in there. Got my cavalry with lances. Okay, let's get all my cavalry with lances out of there. Heinrich. Pop those guys with a magic missile real quick so we can shut them up. You all get into the back of that. Charge into the back of the halberds. Charge there. Charge there. So yeah, all these rear charges, I'm going to try and get you close-ups, but the vegetation's kind of in the way. I got my Cryptors tanking damage, and then there's Archaon kind of in the middle of the fight, but the rear charges from all my Lance cavalry is going to be pretty devastating. For some reason why I can't click a dang attack order on Archaon. There he is. Alright. Gonna bring in the attack on Archaon. Those guys are screwed. I have to use this thing to get the vegetation to pull away. I'm trying to get you a somewhat cinematic view, but can't really.
For my master.
You see me pop those guys with a magic missile like at point blank? That was pretty funny. All the Chaos units here in the center are getting chewed up pretty bad. Some of the Chosen are trying to hang on. But yeah, like I said, these guys are getting thoroughly jacked up. Do some healing over here on some of my guys. I'm going to dive everybody down on Archaon and just kind of hit him with everything we got. Where did these other Chaos Warriors with great weapons come from? Let's get these guys attacking. Cavalry, you need to get out of that fight because that's not where you're supposed to be. Now let's get these Cryptors back there. Okay, Archaon's going to take forever to go down. Crap, dang it, man. I can't hardly click an attack order on him. It's kind of frustrating. Sometimes you can't click an attack order easily in this game. At least I find that it gets difficult to sometimes. Okay. Archaon, the ever stupid, is going to get pounded on here. I don't know how he's lasting as long as he is, to be quite honest. Most of these guys' units are completely trashed. The Cryptors are just an excellent damage sponge, and then you just bring in the rest of the units to get the work done. We're not going to end the battle. Look at this. You can't see anything that's going on unless you push the space bar, and then it brings up that annoying menu over there. We've got to kill Archaon. I've got all my guys just mobbing him, so I'm going to fast forward until he's a goner, which will probably be quite some time. Yeah, he's quite the little piece of work in there, wherever he is. Slowly dying, even though he's completely mobbed. Wish my lord was that resilient. But 'tis not the case. It's only like down to 15 some. I'm gonna have to fast forward this forever, so Yeah, I hope y'all are having a good night. Enjoy just randomly fast forwarding here. This kind of seems pretty pointless. Come on, kill this sap already. How in the world is he not more dead? Okay, trying to click an attack order on him. Okay, hit. What? Where did he go? For crap's sake, everybody on the map attack Archaon. Someone want to explain to me how this guy is living? I mean, not really seeing how this would be the case. Like, I'm guessing it's just because he's trying to run and a lot of guys are getting knocked around that it's preventing their attacks or something. Or slowing them down. Because this guy should be beyond dead at this point. It's down to 187, 177. Yeah, it looks like people are just getting slow attacks on him because of everybody bouncing around. But he's about to kick the bucket here. Come on, kill him for goodness sakes. Thank you. Archaon the Everlasting would probably be a more appropriate name for him there.
The world rejoices. Archaon is defeated. This is a great victory. Yours is the glory. And yet, I suspect you have not
So
seen
we
the
lost
last
a
of such
Cryptor
mighty
and a
foe.
Graveguard with great weapons,
Beware his
unfortunately.
return. Don't rush me.
And for killing Archaon, we don't even get a Raise the Dead opportunity,
Need more minions.
which is brilliant. I love how Chaos doesn't give you that opportunity, of course. So we got Averheim is secured, though public order is still somewhat bad here. Let's try and get some defenses built up in these areas. So Kimmler successfully came in here and put an end to Archaon and other rebels, but we're going to end up with more rebels at the Moot soon. We need to capture Wurtbad and secure it. That will help out at the Moot. And definitely wanting to get a piece of this Chaos army here. So we've put a substantial dent in Chaos, though I suspect they're going to be back sooner rather than later. I think if you wipe them out all on one turn, you can actually get rid of Chaos for good, from what I hear. Like if you wipe out all their armies on the same turn. Because otherwise they just respawn. How convenient, huh? Looks like Von Karstein's going to get hit by an enemy agent here. Take your time. If I need another Banshee, I need to go ahead and re-recruit that because Banshees are decent for anti-agent type actions. Damage building, raiding, and Grinstead. Stupid Varg armies back down here. So we're already building back towards a rebellion over here. I'm going to get over here and re-recruit the units. It's kind of hard to keep up with units in this army, and then just having this crappy army about definitely makes things a challenge. Okay, this Chaos army is now going to run from me because they're pinned between a rock and a hard place, and they're not going to want that fight. Let's see. Let's go ahead and spend the money to upgrade that settlement while we have the chance. Wolfenburg is being upgraded, and we can upgrade the defenses there soon so that we can make it hard for it to be taken. Just kind of continue to harden ourselves against Chaos. I'm liking the armies I have better now with more Cryptors, and kind of definitely feeling like that's an effective way to face Chaos, is just to have the Cryptors tank the damage of their infantry while supporting with Graveguard and then hitting them with cavalry and other outflanking units. Definitely seems to be the way to go. Now we're going to play the chasing game as the Chaos armies just try and run to stay a few moves in front of me. Mission failed. Can't say I care. Let's see. Where are we at here? Let's repair that building. I don't have enough money to get anything significant done. And like I said, these guys can now raid and stay in front of me. I didn't turn my mod back on that gave me a little extra movement points in my home home regions, which kind of unfortunate that I didn't. Oh, dang it. I'm still in the freaking force march here. I didn't mean to be. We're going to have to end up moving right back to the move. It's about to rebel again. And like I said, for some reason it rebelled all those turns and it still had terrible public order whenever I killed the rebels. That was somewhat irritating. If by somewhat irritating, I mean quite irritating. Let's try and assassinate this Chaos Agent. It ain't going to happen. How do I know? Oh, I know. It doesn't matter if I have all 3 points in Assassin. It didn't happen. Chaos Agent's twice the level of my Banshee, so it's not happening. Let's end the turn, see if we can ever possibly catch up to these guys. I highly, highly doubt it, but we will make an attempt. They're going to attempt to assassinate my lord or something. They're going to run off into the Dwarf Mountains there. Probably won't be able to do much about that. I need more money, so I kind of need to get out and damage buildings again up here. I damaged my gold mine that time. No, I don't want to demolish the building. I want to repair it. Let's see, this Necromancer's back. No chance of even assassinating, of course.
I'll remake Van Hell's spell.
Let's keep trying to assassinate here. Holy crap! It happens. Occasionally. Like, very rarely. This Archaon is now in charge of this army. He came back pretty quick, huh? Sure didn't take long. So, interesting. Let's see, is there anything else I need to take care of here? Yes, this over here. We need to do some recruiting, get our 2 units back. We lost a Cryptor. There we go. Let's take 2 turns to get that. Rebellion's imminent there, and then it's also imminent and setted in Southern Oblast. Okay, well we can move on Karstein back up that way too. Zvastra is the only province remaining here. It's got some defenses. Thinking about just kind of turning this into a military outpost. We've got a little bit of what we need up there. But I'm going to have to get von Karstein back up that way. And watch, as soon as I go this way, Everchosen's going to come back down out of the mountains. I'll just try to assassinate him or something like that. We can decrease the success chances of enemy heroes, characters in local region. So I'll put that on my Banshee. That should help discourage enemy agent success if the Banshee's around.
I will not be.
Yep, look, there Archaon comes right back down out of the mountains.
Would the Nagash had wiped thy sorry race.
Non-aggression pact, huh? Okay. Since we're all fighting chaos, I'll consider this. Where was there an assassination attempt? It was against my Necromancer who had just come back. Okay, I get it. Lots of raiding. It's pretty apparent at this point.
Do not mistake me for a fool.
And of course I cannot actually reach Archaon. And I have no chances to assassinate any of these characters. Of course, even though my Banshee has upgraded chances of assassination. 0 chance. Makes sense. Makes a whole heck of a lot of sense. I'm gonna have to get von Karstein back up here to help out in these northern provinces again. Let's see. And then we need one more turn to get my Cryptor, and I'm gonna let the Moot bleed off some of this public order. See there, it says plus 20. So kind of actually expect it to be plus 20. Where's the Vampire Crypts? Stone Binding Circle. Here it is. Vampire Crypts cost 10,000, but it gives public order and allows recruitment of Vargulf and Terrorgeist. Let's put the Vampire Crypts there. That'll help out public order quite a bit, but it's going to take me some pretty serious money saving. Keep having to repair my buildings up here because the Chaos Agent, big surprise, is successful on nearly every turn. Whereas my Banshee can't even attempt a mission against Archaon's army. Because, of course, why should you be able to attempt an assassination? I mean, that's more of an AI thing. Be gone. Okay, I get it. There's raiding. Understood. We got little rebellions up here everywhere to go knock out. I'm going to head up to Zvastra, and we'll be able to put down this rebellion. Look at that. As soon as I came up here, the public order is no longer dropping because of the rebellion. Does it only drop like a certain amount? Still says minus 20 over here. Get up here as close to these guys as I can so I can pop them on the next turn. It's going to take me a while to have enough money to build what I want. And same thing, Castle Tempelhof and some of these others. Tempelhof, we could go ahead and work on defenses there. But let's save some money so we can rebuild some other stuff. Sounds like more of a decent plan to me. I'm actually out of time for this episode. I want to go ahead and cut this off. I don't want to make it any longer because my upload times have been so poor. Recently, my cable company continues to deny that they're throttling me, though I've run tests that say they are, and I have singled them out and called them out and called them out on Twitter and called them on the phone and shooed them out, and they've had their technician here. I've spent hundreds of dollars on new equipment at their behest. They are pretty much giving me the runaround, and it's absolutely ridiculous. If I had any other option of an ISP to use, I would. But unfortunately for me, there is no other ISP in this area. So that's, that's fortunate. When you got these businesses where there's no competition, big surprise, there is very poor customer service and satisfaction. So kind of makes sense to me, but it is an unfortunate thing nonetheless. Exemplar, unit experience, assault garrison, drill master training in the own army. That could be pretty sweet. Chevron up my units. They've got some pretty good chevrons going on them already. And let's see, I've got Kemmler in a position to take on these rebels. Gonna auto-resolve that, put these guys out. Are we gonna have the public order be decent here? Yeah, look, it's actually somewhat decent for the moment. Somewhat decent for the moment, though I wouldn't call it great. Looks like Kemmler has leveled up. This guy really does not have any super effective spells except for Curse of Years. So I'll try and get there. And we'll see what we can do. Anyway, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this. We've got more research to queue up at this point too. Let's kind of try and take a spot at hero rank for vampires, hero action cost and recruitment cost, income from vampire crypts, keeps, income from forbidden libraries and necromancers watchtowers. Let's just kind of work through all this income building stuff, and we'll see if we can get there eventually. HeirofCarthage signing out. See you all next time.